Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you stop by, feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon and follow me on Instagram. Behind me is a 2020 BMW X5. On today's video, we're actually going to review it. We're going to see if this loaner basic BMW X5 is even worth buying. So follow me on this quick review. So let's start this review by showing you the window sticker of this car. As you can see, it's a 2020 BMW X5 xDrive 4.0. So the manufacturer suggested retail is 61,000, but price as shown today is 64,500. And these are pretty much all the options that this car includes. So you have the convenience package, you have the parking assistance package, which I would recommend. Convenient package, yeah, I recommend that too. And you have the heated front seat armrest. Well, you don't have to get that. You have the rear manual side window shade. If you have kids, that would be a good option for them. And also destination charge, that is something that you cannot get, you cannot avoid. Here you also have the fuel economy. You have 20 city, 26 highway for a combined 22 mpg, and this is really the standard feature that this car will provide here in the US. So I will leave that camera here. You can see that a lot of options come as standard. So this BMW is well equipped as standard. So for 2019, BMW got a new design, and this 2020 model year only continued that design. So this design has a new body, new, pretty much everything is new. There's nothing that was taken over from the previous BMW X5 to this one. But one thing that you will definitely notice is this big kidney grille that BMW started with a new BMW 750. And this grill is huge, but I feel like it's a proper size for this car because this car is actually bigger than its predecessor. So you have here the BMW LEDs. These are standard lights now, and there is an optional laser light that's also available. So talking again on about that kidney grill, so as you can see right now, it is actually closed, and when you're driving about certain speed, it will remain closed and only open when the car needs more air in order to cool or do more power. The parking package will provide you this sensor right there that will help you park the car, also provide you a frontal camera. There's so many cameras around the car, and you will be able to see that in a second when I do a work around. So this is pretty much everything that you have on the outside. It's pretty beautiful. And if we now walk on the side, you have another parking sensor right there, and this is the 19-inch wheel, and this car comes equipped with 19, but you can choose an option to up to 21 inches. Nice trim. There's plenty of room on this car, and what I love is especially the back. The back here you have a new taillight design. These are LEDs, and you have the BMW logo there. You have another camera here on this end. I would actually prefer for the windshield wiper to be tucked on top here, just like some Range Rovers, so that it only come down whenever you're needing to clean it. On the side you can see that this is an X-Drive 4.0, and again you have more parking sensors here. And this car comes with dual tips. As you can see, there's one on this end and there's also one on this end. To open the boot, you simply press the boot option on your key and you hold it, and then it will open. So BMW X5 actually open in two sections. You have the top section like that opens, and you can pretty much put your luggages or groceries easily, more like groceries. And then if you open the second part using this button right here, you can easily slide luggages that are heavy. The reason why they actually BMW actually do this way is that if you go to an area and you're having a nice little picnic, you can actually use this as a chair and sit. And when you sit like that, it is more robust and you're happy. So there's actually an option for air suspension where you can actually press a button here, which is not available on this car, and then the BMW vehicle is actually going to lower, because these are on air suspension. The car will lower so they can easily load or unload heavy items. The BMW X5 comes with a nice cargo space. This cargo space is bigger than the Q7 and the GLE, and it also comes with an optional third row seat, which is not available on this car, and 60/40 splitting chairs. So meaning if I just pull this lever, that seat will go in that direction, and if I pull this lever right here, the other one will go away. And you have a 12-volt right here. You have a hanger for you to hang a plastic grocery bag on this end and also on this end. Now on the bottom here, you do not have a spare tire because this car is equipped with a run flat, and run flat is pretty much gives you the option to drive up to 50 miles to find a place to patch your tire. Now you have this little thing right here where you can securely hide any of your packages that you have here, and if you actually want to put more things and you want to remove this, BMW thought of it, and actually this is the area where you place it to store it, as you can see with the design right here. To close your X5, all you have to do is simply press the close button right here or the lock button, and then voila, it closes for you. Very simple, right? The BMW X5 is very spacious. So it comes standard with USB-C chargers. You have one on the back of this chair and one on the back of this chair. It also comes with this little area where you can hook adapters that BMW sell for different items. For example, there's an adapter that they sell for an iPad, so meaning you put it here and it's like a little stand, you put your iPad on it, and then you can charge your iPad right away, use it while sitting on a drive. It also comes with 4-zone climate, and you have one that will be pretty much using this vent and this vent right here for this passenger, and one using this vent and this vent right here for the passenger sitting here. Now the leather is very soft, it's a good material, and it feels very good. It's very soft here, and I'm 5'7", and you can see I have enough leg room here, and it's very comfortable, very spacious. Now if you are the one sitting on the middle here, you won't be very that disgraceful, because there's enough of leg room on the bottom here. The little hump that usually will be here for the transmission, because the transmission is up there, is actually not there. So they have the transmission very low, and that gives you enough space here. And on this end you have a nice cushy chair here, and as you can see, 5'7", and there's enough space between my head and the panoramic sunroof right here, which is also standard on this X5. Now on the middle here you have a nice armrest if you're traveling, and then you have a little bit of the storage here. We can put a small book and phone or anything. And here in the middle, that's where you have the cup holders. Most people that will buy this car is to carry their kids or family, so you have a nice storage area here. What I like about BMW is the fact that they put the child seat hook very close to you, so it's very easy to actually mount a car seat on this end, and also you have the same thing on that end. On the middle here you can actually mount a car seat using the seat belt directly, or if you want you can also use this to mount the car seat that's available for you. This car is also equipped with the optional windshield. This is one of the options that we saw, and you can see you just mount it here and then it is good for you. So to remove it, you simply do that. One additional feature that I want to mention about this car is that at night when you are parking your car, you have this light here, and if you leave your car and opening your door while the engine is on, this light will actually flash. And since I'm filming this on the daytime, I'm going to try to mimic it and make you see it how it flashes if it was at nighttime. Here it is in action, actually flashing, so this will prevent other people knowing that your door is open. The BMW X5 comes with 4 different engines. You have the basic engine, which is an inline 6 that provides you 335 horsepower and 330 foot-pound of torque. Then you have the first V8, which is the 5.0, that provides 456 horsepower at 450 foot-pound of torque. Then you have the M50i that has 523 horsepower, that's also a V8. And now if you really want that guy that wants all the power, you have the 50M that has over 600 horsepower. On the driver door here you have your standard unlock, lock, child windows and opening the windows, folding mirror, and you have this. Guess what that is? That is the button to open the trunk. I actually do not like the placement of this button here because someone can easily mistake that for one of the window switches and actually open the button while driving. On the side here you have your new design light button. The steering wheel is very beautiful. You have on the left side button that will actually control what is happening in terms of cruise control, and then on the right side here button that will control the music and what you have on your dash right here. And this steering wheel is tilted and telescopic. As you can see, you can press the button on the side here and then move it easily. Anytime you enter, you are welcomed by this beautiful display. This is a huge display, and I like the look because it's tilted towards the driver. You have your nice climate vent here and this beautiful wood trim which is shiny, and it's also same thing that you have here on the bottom. And here you have your normal climate buttons. You guys know what they do. You have standard heated seat and ventilated seats. You have to actually purchase an option, but if you don't need it, you don't have to have it. And you have your normal radio button right here. As you can see, there's a nice little green strip here. There's actually the light that comes standard here. So you have it on the door right here, and then you also have it on the back door right there, and you can actually change it. I'm going to show that to you on the display in a second. Now if you come down here, you do have USB here, you have wireless charger right here, and then you have your normal cup holders. This is the shift knob, and you have here, all of the button: camera, parking, automatic startup, start button, sport, comfort, eco, adaptive, auto hold. So for those that don't know, the auto hold feature is actually a button that if you're pressing the brake and then your foot get tired, you can just press that button and then the car will hold the brake for you, so you don't have to press and hold it. This is perfect when you're in traffic, for example. And you have your park button here, and this is the hill control. Then you have your standard BMW navigation button, and again this screen is also touch screen. So let me go ahead and start the car. Foot on the brake. As you can see, you are greeted by this beautiful dash, and it's all digital, and you can easily configure that as well. As you can see here, the car has pretty much a lot of function. You can control the left side of the display by pressing the button here on the steering wheel. You have different things that can display here, and you can control your music collection, for example. And on the left side, if you have to control the main display, you can use your hands, touch screen, or you can move the swivel here, and then that will control everything for you. So if we go to the home, you will see the main display, and then from here you can easily go to media, communication, navigation, car, or application. So media, that will be where you have your normal radio settings, and you have here radio, AM, music collection, Bluetooth, screen mirroring, mobile devices. If you do mobile device, that will enable the Apple CarPlay. And if you go back, you go to communication, that's where you can pair your phone and do other things. If you come on the navigation, you can easily just enter the addresses here. So this car is equipped with parking assistant. So if you press the parking button here, it's going to display all the cameras. So as you can see here right now, I have all these options right here, and this is pointing on the rear. You can see on the top here. And if you press this camera, and let's say you want to see the side camera, you press that button, it will show you the side of the car. If you press this one, for example, then it turns on that one. If you press the back, then it show you the rear. And let's actually press this camera, and you can also make different changes here, the contrast and brightness and things like that. So this car is also equipped with something that is called backup assistant. So what backup assistant consists of is that the car will remember the 150 feet that you recently drive, so that it can help you do that in reverse. For example, if you got to a corner in a tight fit somewhere, and then now you can't really get out of it by reverse, if you were able to go to that spot forward, then BMW thinks you can do the same thing in reverse. So in order for you to activate that, what you pretty much have to do is you put the car in drive first, and then go ahead and drive. So as you can see, I am currently driving. I'm gonna do a nice little circle here. As you can see, I'm driving, and the car is going to remember this and actually redo all of this move that I'm currently doing. So as you can see here, I am moving now, making a quick right turn. So let's start right here. So I made a left and a right, and so to activate the backup assist, pretty much what you do, you press the backup assist here, put the car in reverse, and then as soon as you remove your foot from the brake, you can see here the car is going to start driving. So I trust this car, and let's do it. So as you can see, the steering wheel is moving on its own, and it's doing exactly the drive that I just did earlier. As you can see here, it's moving. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even stopping. The car is turning on its own, and now that it asks me to take over the vehicle, and I press the brake, and that's it, done. So now if you actually go into car settings, that's pretty much where you control the car, vehicle status, driving information. That will tell you trip data, sport display, all these other options here. If you come on vehicle status, that's for like service and things like that. If you want to check your oil level, things like that, that's where you come. Settings here is pretty much where you go to check driving mode if you want to make adjustment into like comfort and things like that. Lighting if you want to make adjustment, driving assistance, and display. So now on display, if you want to change, for example, the way the instrument cluster comes here, that will be where you can change it. Control display. If you want to increase the brightness, let's say I want to increase that brightness, and I just did that right there. If you get out of that, experience mode, this car actually has ambient lighting where you can actually change and making some adjustment here. Is closing the panoramic sunroof for me because that's what the executive experience will provide, and also going to change the lighting mode here. So you can change all those settings by going here and then deciding on how you want, what you want to be done whenever you select, for example, executive or any other option here. So if we go back on the settings actually, and then we go on the door access, you will see that that's where you can configure your comfort access and all these things right here. And if you go to interior lighting, this is where you can change this ambient lighting to different color. So right here you can see I have the ambient color as blue, but you can have anything that you want, but I like the blue, so I will select the blue here. And then you can also change the brightness, so let's make it super bright, and you can see it changes. You have it on the trim here, you have it on the door, and even that's one the back here, you can actually see it very well since it's a little darker here. It's pretty beautiful, and you can change it according to your mode. You have various color here. Now this button is all around protection for the car, so if you press it, what it will do is pretty much will show you that you have these options. So if you want to configure the individual for intelligent, if you have all on, pretty much what we do is it gives you the advanced warning. If someone is coming, the car will warn you. If you're closer to the next car in front of you, it will warn you. If someone is coming on your blind spot, it's going to warn you. That's what this button actually would do. So if you want to configure it, for example, because you don't like something, you can come here and then change what it will do. So when you have it with all on, what it will do is if you're actually crossing the line, the steering wheel will vibrate to let you know that, hey, you're going on the side road, and then you actually have to move it. And if you don't move it, it will actually move it for you. So the steering wheel will actually do this. There you have it. That was a nice review of the 2020 BMW X5. So what do you think? Is this a car that you can purchase new or actually used? I would perfectly purchase this car used because I just don't buy new car. But for someone that wants to buy a new car, the base is good, but you have to put a few options. That's my take for the 2020 BMW X5. Stay safe, guys, and thank you for watching. Make sure that you subscribe and follow me on Instagram also. Thank you, guys.